How's it going, boys and girls? It's your boy Rough Diamond here, back with another video. So who's ready for Bad Company 3 then? I am for sure. Nothing has been confirmed yet by DICE, but in my eyes there's no doubt we'll be getting our hands on a modern day shooter from DICE this year. I have been predicting this for about 2 years now. I even predicted Battlefield 5 would be set in World War II, as it was the natural progression like Bad Company 3 will be. Gamers are shouting out for a modern day shooter, and too many YouTubers have been going back to Battlefield 3 and 4, including myself. I really miss the modern day style shooter with all the weapons and attachments, large buildings, and a selection of land, air and sea vehicles to play with. It's been a long few years of going back in time, but I think the community are now ready to return back to modern day times, and hopefully not too much in the future, as shooters set in the future have been done to death. I've been playing Battlefield since the early days and have played every title since. I put most of my time into Bad Company 1 and 2, as well as Battlefield 3 and 4, and I can't wait to start playing Battlefield again, as I took a break with Battlefield 5. Although there are plenty of modern day shooters on the horizon and trying to take Battlefield's place, nothing beats Battlefield in my eyes. The immersive experience DICE captures all too well. So I thought I would make a video on what I like to see in Battlefield titles with the hope of it being Bad Company 3. So this is my top 5 things that makes Battlefield Battlefield. 5. Variety of weapons and attachments. Battlefield is known for a vast selection of weapons, attachments and equipment which can all be used in a variety of different ways. Attaching an infrared scope on your favourite sniper and then putting an ACOG on the same weapon to mix things up gives the game a lot of replayability. In past Battlefield titles, I'd often use a weapon for weeks on end and then change up the attachments and it'd feel like a completely new weapon. Obviously weapons, attachments and equipment are quite limited in Battlefield 1 and 5 due to being set in World War I and 2. A modern day setting would be refreshing. 4. Vast open maps and small tight maps. There's no doubt no other game, on console especially, have accomplished what DICE have with past and recent Battlefield titles. The scale of some of the maps, even back in the early days, were groundbreaking, and I believe no one up to now has accomplished what Battlefield has. Battlefield maps are known for their large scale and or small tight CQB battles, sitting up on the hills with the spawn beacon, practicing your long range sniping, or digging your heels in, trying not to get spawn trapped, picking off unaware players. 3. Multiple vehicles. With a wide selection of versatile land, sea and air vehicles which no other game has accomplished to this scale. 1 minute you're sitting in a jet, then you jump out to meet your mate patiently waiting in a tank below is Battlefield's bread and butter. 2. Destruction and Levolution. All I've got to mention is Siege of Shanghai, and one of the first things that comes to mind is the skyscraper dropping and creating a whole new playable area. DICE has played with destruction and Levolution in Battlefield over the years, trying to find the right balance, and yes, it's hard to believe there can be too much destruction. I remember playing Metro for the first time and being able to take off the front of buildings was not only something new, it was satisfying. Bad Company had massive destruction, couple that with what DICE has learned over the years and the new technology available. If we get a Bad Company 3 this year, I reckon it's going to be something spectacular. 1. Being the underdog. Battlefield has always been the underdog to Call of Duty, and it's been that way for years. I remember when I would speak to casual gamers and they either hadn't heard of Battlefield or they thought it was too large scale and there's too much running around. Until recently, with the fall of Call of Duty sales, players are starting to jump ship, slowly pushing Battlefield in front. And without a doubt, this started with Battlefield 1. The problem with this is it pushes the game more mainstream, meaning it needs to cater to a wider audience, which in Battlefield 1's case, it made it pretty arcadey. I really think the key to Battlefield's success was it being the underdog, having more of a loyal fan base and keeping them happy was key. Who knows how things will go? When will Battlefield completely overtake COD? Will COD take back its crown, or will a new contender come along? Battlefield has always been a bit clunky and glitchy, but it's not surprising with the scale of things. It must be hard to balance and try and iron out every single crease, but that's part of its beauty. I really hope we get our hands on Battlefield Bad Company 3 this year, and if not, at least a modern day shooter. People were hoping for Bad Company 3 last year, but the natural progression after World War I Battlefield 1 would be World War II Battlefield 5. As they could use a lot of the same assets from Battlefield 1 for Battlefield 5, I'm sure this freed up a lot of time for the devs to work on Bad Company 3 or the next release, whatever it will be. I've been predicting this for years now, and it does seem that's the way things are heading. Hope you guys found this interesting. It's a video I've wanted to make for a while now. Like if you like, comment and sub. I've been Rough Diamond. Catch you all in another video soon. Laters.